Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to fix your car in just a few simple steps. We're going to tackle this repair head on, and I'm going to give you all the tips and tricks you need to get the job done right. Don't worry if you've never done any car repair before. I'm going to break it down step by step, so you can follow along with me. We'll start with diagnosing the problem, then gather our tools, and then dive right into the repair. Let's get started. Before we start tearing into your car, we need to figure out exactly what's going on. Sometimes the problem is obvious, but often it's going to take a little detective work. We'll check the dashboard for any warning lights, listen for any strange noises, and maybe even take it for a spin to see how it feels. Remember folks, properly diagnosing the problem is half the battle. Now, depending on the issue, you might need a special tool, like a code reader, to pull trouble codes from your car's computer. Don't worry, these tools are easy to use, and I'll show you exactly what to do. We're going to figure out what's wrong with your car. Once we've got a good handle on what's going on, we can move on to gathering our tools and parts. Having everything ready to go before we start will save you a ton of time and frustration in the long run. Trust me, there's nothing worse than getting halfway through a repair and realizing you're missing something crucial. Alright, now that we know what we're dealing with, let's talk tools. The specific tools you'll need will vary depending on the repair. But there are some essentials that every DIY mechanic should have. We're talking about your basic socket set, wrenches, screwdrivers. You know the drill. But hold on, we're not stopping there. It's also a good idea to have some specialty tools on hand, like a torque wrench, for tightening bolts to the correct specifications. Oh, and don't forget about safety gear. We're talking safety glasses, gloves, and maybe even some earplugs if things get loud. Safety always comes first, folks. Once you've got all your tools gathered up, double check to make sure you have everything you need. There's nothing worse than getting halfway through a job and realizing you have to run to the store for a 10mm socket. Now comes the fun part, actually fixing the car. We're going to take a look at the repair manual or guide for your specific make and model. These guides are like gold. They'll give you step-by-step instructions, diagrams, and even torque specs for every bolt. As we go through each step, I'm going to give you my pro tips and tricks to make the job easier. We'll talk about how to break loose stubborn bolts, how to avoid common mistakes, and how to make sure everything is put back together correctly. Remember, take your time, follow the instructions carefully, and don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. With a little patience and perseverance, you'll have that car fixed in no time. Okay, we've put in the work, now it's time to see if it paid off. Before we button everything up, we're going to start the car and check for any leaks, strange noises, or warning lights. We want to make sure everything is running smoothly before we call it a day. If everything checks out, we'll take it for a spin around the block and see how it feels. Pay attention to how the car handles, how the engine sounds, and if you notice anything out of the ordinary. If everything seems good, congratulations, you've successfully fixed your car. But just to be on the safe side, we're going to do one final check. Alright, we're almost done. This last check is just to make sure we didn't miss anything. We're going to double check all the bolts we tightened, make sure all the connections are secure, and give everything a visual inspection. It's always better to be safe than sorry, so take your time and be thorough. This final check could save you a lot of headaches down the road. And remember, a little preventative maintenance goes a long way. Once you've given everything the once over, you can finally pat yourself on the back. You did it! You fixed your car like a pro. And that's it. You've successfully fixed your car. Hopefully, this video gave you the confidence to tackle some of your own car repairs. Remember, with a little patience and the right information, anyone can fix their car. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more car repair tips and tricks. And be sure to share this video with your friends who might find it helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.